Thank you for taking the time to click on Lore. We hope you enjoy the show. Don't forget to like and subscribe here and follow us on Twitch at www.twitch.tv/slipperysteve.
And we are live! What is up? It is I, the Slipper Steve, in this, bringing the lore, the League of the Rolling Expeditioners. I forgot the thing of my own thing. Bob and Hoke, I see you, Bob. First, we are here bringing a brand new show, and I am joined by Mr. Kevin Calla. I think the cameras got moved around. I'm gonna have to fix that.
Yeah,
but
they did.
Yep. Yeah, so I don't know what. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So we'll change that in a second. But I'm joined by Kevin and James and Kobe and myself and the legendary R.P. Davis, which looks like Merlin right now, but we will move him.
I need a much bigger beard. If I'm
Yeah.
gonna pull that off.
I got some for you.
I'm sure you do.
Yes. So we are here bringing a brand new content to you. It is.
What is that?
I'll just say
Look,
that
when you have this much beard, you have to have something to tame it at any point in time.
Okay.
True.
Yes. Let's let Chris talk. We're
No.
mocking.
No. We're good. We're good. So we are bringing new content to the channel. This is the first of hopefully more. So this is our baby, our numero uno, and we called it Lore to give it a general basis of anything else that comes in. But this that you're watching is called The Final Horizon. I will let Bob take over to explain a little bit what he's running to for you folks. That way I don't flub it up, because I'm good at that. Bob?
This, ladies and gentlemen, is a very old role-playing system, almost as old as Dungeons and Dragons itself. We'll be using the basic role-playing system from Chaosium, the same people who brought you things like Call of Cthulhu and Glorantha and all of those different systems. It all runs on this basic system called Basic Role-Playing, which is very functional, works very, very well, and I'm just pleased with it. I like it. Whoa, I'm moving on Twitch. That's
Yep.
so cool.
I'm moving you around.
Too late now. I'm watching. I got another window open with the Twitch stream. Anyway, what we will be playing with Basic Role Playing is a future sci-fi sort of thing where a ragtag band of spacefaring people will be crossing the spaceways and having adventures. And I hope that the adventures that I throw in their way will be enjoyable for them and you people watching. We shall find out.
Yes. So, do you guys want to just give a rundown of yourselves, just like your name, who you are, what you do, anything you want to plug? We'll do that, and then we'll roll the video intro and get right into the game. I'll go ahead and start since I'm top left here. I am Chris Ferguson. I am a loud and obnoxious person. I work and do things and am trying to be a voice actor. What do you call it? I'm already slipping into my voice. An aspiring voice actor and Twitch streamer, obviously. So that is me, and I will be playing. Oh boy, I'm just gonna say Oscar. I don't want to give the rest of his name away yet because it's just fun to say in character. We'll go with James.
Oh, sure. Hi, I'm James. I'm probably, of all the people here, probably the most boring one. I work, I sleep, and now once a week I game. But I'll be playing a character by the name of Sentry Zurzo. He's I'm going to leave it at that. We're going to let things sort of develop as we go along, so you guys can sort of catch on to him here in that fun, episodic sort of way.
Very good, sir. Very good. And how about yourself, Kevin? The other Kevin?
My name is Kevin. I also work and do things. Also game once a week now as well. I will be playing Merlin Volante, and I will also let him develop as we go on.
Excellent. Not last but not least, but second to last but not least, Colby.
Hello, everyone. My name is Colby. I similarly do the working. I'm a gamer and a geek. I spend way too much of my time gaming. I also actually help to run a game store in my hometown, so gaming's in my DNA. At this point,
It literally
I'm
is. It's
playing-
code in your...
Yeah, believe it or not, I am playing Bernard Bird Lathis, old miner, and you'll figure out the rest as we go, because I think it's interesting.
Sounds good. And Mr. R.P. Davis.
Hello, everybody. My name is Bob. I publish on DM's Guild as RP Davis, and I run kaboutergames.com, and I'm also on DriveThruRPG as Kabouter Games, where you can find stuff of mine that I write for, D&D 5e, for basic role-playing, for some system-neutral stuff I've got on DriveThruRPG, so I live, eat, and breathe games, so I'm not even going to tell you how many games I play a week, because it's going to start becoming like work. But yeah, this is basically what I do. I also dabble in voice acting and voiceovers. So yeah, and you can find me on Twitter at KabouterRPG. That's KABOUTER RPG.
Yep, and I want to point out, Bob was actually one of the voice acting influences that got me into the game. With the gear. The gear was the big advice. That was the big, huge help that got me started. So, thank you, sir.
Everybody's a gear slut. Everybody's a gear slut. I'm happy to make more gear sluts.
Yeah, talking geek real quick. That Focusrite 2i2, man. Ugh,
Yeah.
It's a godsend, and everybody uses it. Even the pros still use it. So
Oh yeah,
I was blown away after I got
It's cheap. It's dead silent, and it just works.
it. It's a workhorse for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that being said, you got all of our faces, all of our names, and you know what we do. So let's get to the intro video.
The final horizon. That's what humans called space. They'd explored their own, knew everything about it. Then they stopped looking down and started looking up. Their first toiling steps into space led to worlds close to them. They sent people to places like Earth's moon, Mars, Ganymede, Titan. They sent instruments into the void, searching for other places to explore. For years, the probes found nothing. Then long after Earth became a footnote in history's books referring to the war that turned it into radioactive slag, the probes found a node, which led to other nodes, which led to 1397 Pegasi. The final horizon is a lot bigger than we thought. An infinite number of worlds, a universe where humans aren't the only creatures that talk and think like and explore. This is the final horizon.
Yeah, right.
And now I unmuted the mic, so now we're back. We're not confused. This isn't our first game.
No. Technical issues are never a thing. They're just not a problem.
So, I will leave it to you, Bob, and
right.
we shall get into character.
The camera is a wide shot on a blue-green planet that rotates slowly in space. There are moons rising over the horizon. And coming into focus as the camera zooms is a space station that is a long cylinder with a donut stuck on one end. And the long part of the cylinder is pointing toward the planet, and the donut slowly spins. And the camera shows lights on every surface of this space station. And the camera zooms in farther and closer and closer and closer. And then the viewer can start to see winks of light. But rather than the bluish white light of the hatches and the windows, the viewing platforms on the space station, these are orange and red and yellow and angry. And then there are also lightning flashes crackling across the surface of the space station, and some areas of those blue-white lights on the inside start to go dark. And then the camera comes in even closer, and it zooms and zooms and zooms, and it comes through a shimmering force field across a cargo bay, where there are also some shuttles and other aircraft. And there are still vibrations, and now you can hear the explosions, where before you couldn't because, space. Now you can hear the booms, and you can feel the vibrations through your feet, and each of you in your cells, in the cell block of Cola Station, you can feel these shuddering vibrations. You can hear the thuds of explosions far away from you, as near as you can tell, because you can't actually see it, and it's all very low frequency rumble. You feel it in your core more than you hear it, and you can see beyond the force fields that enclose you in your cells, people running back and forth. There are technicians in jumpsuits. There are soldiers in exo armor. There are civilians running back and forth. And all of them look terrified and confused. And the lights, both in your cells and outside in the corridor and in the cargo bay, because all four of you can see this cargo bay. The blast doors to it, the physical blast doors, are not shut. And you can see all the way through it out to the blackness of space, in which there is a small cargo ship and some shuttles that you've seen come back and forth, presumably come from here to the planet and back up. The lights flicker, momentarily go out, and before you can even say to yourself, the hell was that, they come back up. The difference is it's emergency lighting, so it's very deep red, and the force field that was in front of your cell, gone. What do you do?
Bird would have been waiting through all this with the hand up on the bulkhead, resting, leaning in, trying to get a view of anything he could. And as soon as the force field goes out, sort of swings through, just taking in anything he can, figuring out exactly what's going on, seeing where people are running, if he can see anybody at all.
Just in front of your cell, Bird, there is a corridor that leads toward some lifts, some turbo lifts. Then there is a series of walkways and platforms across one of the engineering what do I want to call it? Yeah,
Engineering channels.
it's a shaft.
Jeffrey's tubes, basically.
Well, more like a very, very deep chasm that goes all the way around the annulus, because that's where you are. You're in that ring. You're in the outer part of that ring. And there are engineering shafts that split the different areas up from the rest of the station. And those chasms are impossibly deep. I mean, you eventually you would get to a point where gravity would lessen, so you wouldn't actually fall to your death, you think, if you fell in there, because you get close enough to the edge that the annulus's gravity would kind of peter out, and you would eventually stop in weightless.
So are these like the spokes that connect the ring to the center? These shafts?
No, these actually go all the way around in the same shape as the annulus. Okay. So, and there's like a skin, comparatively, it's like a skin. That the station is so large that is easily 50 meters from one side to the other. And there are walkways that go across that into the hangar/cargo base.
Got ya.
So there are still people running back and forth from where you are. The turbo lift stops, the doors open, and a civilian tumbles out because it didn't come all the way down. It left a gap of about half a meter, and it stopped so suddenly as the doors open, a civilian just pitched out onto her face, and she lies still there. So beyond the turbo lifts, you see the walkways across this engineering chasm. And then beyond those walkways is the cargo bay where the ships are. And you're not sure what else is around here, though you can see doors and hatchways and everything running this way. And then those walkways are going this way, away from you. I should say the bridge walkways over the chasm are headed away from you toward the outside, and there are corridors that travel around the annulus. Those are right in front of you.
How far?
We have Bird is just out looking around. What about the rest of you?
We're in cells, right?
Yes.
And this all goes down. Okay.
Yeah.
And the shield thing is down.
Correct.
So our cells are open. Okay.
Yep.
All right. I would stand up. Hello. Hello. Is this a trick or is this a what is going on here? Anybody else? Bonjour. Bonjour. Hello? Anybody? I'm gonna peek my head out and just slowly start baby stepping out of my cell.
You see that large man called Bird.
Sacre bleu! Good lord, you are a big man.
Yeah, Bird stands 6'8", shaggy brown hair, 5 o'clock shadow from last week. Big broad features, like large ears, big wide nose. Looking around, almost looks stoned, like heavy lids, sort of looking almost curious, like squinted eyes, kind of open mouth, just staring around. Bright orange, like a deep dark orange, almost jumpsuit, with a security kind of panel controls on it, bright blue straps. You guys would recognize it almost as like construction worker gear, more or less. And Yeah, he's just looking around, and as soon as he hears you, he just he starts motioning towards the cargo bay doors.
Okay.
Uh,
Just to describe what Bird would be seeing is a tiny little 5-foot man with black slicked back hair and thinning lines in places, but it definitely disheveled. It is a neon green and pink, like really loud, like business jacket coat thing or whatever you want to call them. Like blazer. Yes, it's a blazer. Dirty and shit. And then he's got a t-shirt with a cat on it, and so he's a bit of a disaster. He stinks of cigarettes and wine, and he just looks at you and he goes, aren't you a quite the leaning tower for me, sir? Could we possibly get out of here, maybe? You're pointing this way, yes?
We need to get to a ship, one way or another. Bird is also running towards the civilian that I saw fall out of the lift.
Okay.
Just not even checking if they're if they're okay right now. Just sort of hefting them up on his shoulder and just bringing them with until we get closer to somewhere safe.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
Right.
follow behind and just start talking and complaining about how bored I am.
There is next to that turbo lift is there's a door that leads off in line with the radial circuit into some inner compartment, and toward the outside, toward the outer hull, there is that engineering chasm. That there are those walkways over it, and there are also a couple of shield controls. There is at least one tractor beam control. You're very sure there's going to be a tractor beam because power is still flickering on and off. So, and there are gates that are down across those bridges. So in between the bridges, however, are engineering platforms. There are rickety catwalks that lead out to these control panel catwalks. There are control panel platforms that probably control everything else. In fact, you can see a security type person in one that's directly in front of you, between you and the cargo bay. There is a security type person inside on the little platform, inside like the glass box that is on the platform. The woman that you're carrying, Bird, does not stir. She's still alive and that she's breathing.
Okay.
And as you go to pick her up, a magnetic stripe card falls out of her pocket onto the deck.
No way I'm not grabbing that.
Did you just talk to yourself out loud? Did you say did something fall and you are going to grab it?
Yes, I am.
Okay, then may I suggest you grab it now like a rabbit and, we get the hell out of here?
Mine.
Camera pans from Short Round and Big Guy to another cell. Let's go with Sentry. You're next.
All right. Just sort of sitting in the cell, doing the whole, watching what's going on, and as the security fields drop, sort of up, poke a head out, look around, up and down the corridor, see what's going on, and then just sort of very nonchalantly, all but like, yep, I belong here. Just step out and start like down the corridor, like doing one of these like, yep, I belong here. Yep, how's it going, guys? These 7-fingered hand waving to people as they run by, like, hi.
So, what do Bird and Henri see as you walk toward them down the corridor?
It's just a average height, average build, dressed sort of really weird, an amalgamation of all different kinds of things. There's a leather jacket with spikes and chains and accoutrement, and fingerless gloves that somehow have actually 7 fingers on them, wearing almost something that would pass now as like a pair of very faded, ripped up denim jeans with like bandanas wrapped around the legs just below the knees, and like Doc Marten boots, and wearing this like old-fashioned looking pilot's helmet with like the big tanker goggles on it and stuff. And you're just walking down, and out from underneath you just see this shag of like flaming red hair. And as he would draw closer, the eyes are like almost like a metallic color, like almost like a bright metallic bronze color, looking more like a bird of prey, like a hawk or an eagle's eyes. And as he walks up, he comes up and goes, he looks straight at Bird, just go like, "Wow, you's a big one, ain't you?"
I pull a card out of my top pocket and hand it over, and it's a procedure of, yes, I am tall, I am this tall, the weather is nice, all of that.
Entry looking at the card and everything, and just going, I think it's a smart ass too. Just tuck it up a sleeve.
So Sentry's from Pittsburgh. Okay. Yins want a sandwich. Yins want a sandwich.
Yeah, get out of town, have ourselves a Primanti, sandwich.
Before we go up to college for the football game.
Yeah, get out of town. Get out of town, a couple icy lights.
I gotta say, we were warned in Discord about the Pittsburghian voice coming, and I was very excited for this, and this is everything right now.
Yeah, he's right there,
I'm dying. I haven't heard that accent in wow.
Yeah,
the first time he calls it NPC.
The university's full of Jagos,
I was just gonna say, the first time you call an NPC a Jagoff, I'm just gonna die. Okay, so we have Bird and Sentry and Henri standing by the turbo lift, which leaves. That's your cue, Kevin.
So cell-wise, how are we situated? Are we kind of adjunct to each other? We're relatively close.
Yeah, the cells are all in a row. They're all individual cells. They're very small. There's basically enough space for you to pace up and back, and there's like a bunk set into the wall, and you can hit a button and a toilet comes out. But yeah, as a matter of fact, where your cell is, you can see the other 3 outside in the kind of corridor area that's about, I don't know, 10 meters. It's like 5 meters to the turbo lift, and then another 5 meters on the other side of that to the engineering chasm.
Okay. So winding back a little bit.
Yeah.
Merlin is just in his bed, kind of working on writing a piece of coding, kind of passing his time. He immediately takes notice of the shiny, tiny man that goes prancing out of his cell towards this other giant guy. And he kind of sits back there having, you know what? I'm just gonna eat some popcorn and just watch this play out sort of moment. And he watches the two as they go. He immediately does pick on the tiny one. He's pinpointed this guy. So he approaches back a little bit behind, kind of follows them. And he's like, you know what? I got my eye on this guy. As he watches him twirl his mustache. But he immediately decides that in the chaos of everyone running around, the first thing he wants to do is try to locate in any way where sort of the panel or any of the actual systems or security systems are. Because he does intend on maybe seeing if there's any manipulation in play he can do with the security cameras or with any controls. But he does immediately tag the tall man, the seven-fingered man, and the short, tiny man as his motley crew.
Okay. You're not sure where the actual security apparatus is, but you have noticed that coming in and out of the hatchway I mentioned earlier, that is near one of the turbo lifts in the bulkhead, you have seen, well, sitting in your cell for the last few days, bored off your keister, technician types with the kind of toolboxes and tool bags and various other apparatus that just screams, AI system repair and maintenance. That kind of technician. They've been going in and out of that hatch periodically.
Have they followed a pattern? Do I normally pick up that they're coming from one particular area to go into?
No, not really. Sometimes one of them will come across the bridge over the engineering chasm from the hangar bay. Sometimes they'll come from down one of the radial circuit passageways that go on either side of the engineering chasm. But no, from your perspective, there was no rhyme nor reason. What you did notice, though, is that no one ever like punched a keypad or anything to get in. They just opened the hatch and went in.
Okay, so I never picked up on any kind of badge entry or anything like that?
Nope.
Okay. I would say that although I have taken interest in the three, I would say that that's my immediate next point, is to try to access that hatch.
Okay. Yeah, as you walk over to it, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay. Trying the door?
Indeed.
It is unlocked and swings open easily. And inside you see all manner of lights and things that go bing. There is the sort of gel circuitry that is current right now. There are some things that you haven't even seen before. They're so new in terms of computing technology that they've been working on semi-organic circuits for the past 15 years or so, trying to use carbon-based, lab-grown, basically meat processors that perform as basic cursory brain pathways, neural networks. So there's some access points for those things in here, as well as cables every which way, and workstations and monitors and all that, as well as a couple of technicians who look up at you and say, "Who are you and what are you doing in here?"
I'm the new hire.
We have a new... Okay. Right. That you're going to have to make a check. This is the first roll of the game, guys.
Woohoo!
That is going to be... You can do fast talk. Was one thing you could... if you have this... Yeah, fast talk would be the skill. Or persuade.
Probably persuade.
Now, the way this works for our viewing public Basic role-playing, rather than using a 20-sided die like most role-playing games you're going to see here on Twitch and elsewhere to resolve uncertainty, it uses percentile dice, or D100, which means you roll two 10-sided dice, designating one as the tens numeral and the other as the ones numeral. And each of your skills has a corresponding percentage attached to it. And the thing that you want to do is roll under your skill percentage. So, Kevin, your character's persuade is what percent?
I left that at the base, actually, so that's 15%.
Okay, so you want to roll a 15 or below in order to succeed.
Ooh, that's not good. I actually rolled a 16 total.
16? Close, but no cigar.
Oof.
Yeah, they look at each other. I would. No. There's no new hire. What? You're gonna have to leave, sir.
Would any of us had seen him just randomly kind of march up to us and then stop halfway and dip off into a?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't attempting to be stealthy, so.
Oh, okay. In the meanwhile, while this is going on, I would have tapped big guy Bird. I don't know his name yet. We haven't introduced each other. So, excuse me. Did you happen to see the other guy? He just disappeared into the room. Maybe it is of importance.
Yeah, I noticed. As we're looking around, the doors to the cargo bay, is it open? I know you said the blast doors were.
Yeah.
But is there like a force field up?
There is a force field up on the exterior of the cargo bay.
Gotcha.
There are barred gates from floor to ceiling that prevent anyone from using the bridges, the walkways across the engineering chasm.
Yeah. Okay.
But the large blast doors that lead into the cargo bay are not closed. They are open.
Gotcha. So we could go through the doors, but there's a force field there. There's gates across the cargo or the maintenance and engineering channels.
Yeah.
So basically, the only thing we can get access to right now is our cells or this sort of junction room.
There are also two control booths that hang suspended from rickety-looking walkways over the engineering channel.
Okay. And we can get to those.
Sorry. Yes, you can get to those. They've got doors on them.
Yeah.
But it looks to you like it's the sort of thing that would control those gates that block off the walkways.
Gotcha.
There's one that is within a few meters of you, that is inside of which is someone dressed in station security coveralls.
Okay.
While you're making this look-see around, I would like everyone to make spot checks for me, or sense checks, if you have that.
Okay, I see it. It's just a base 10%.
Spot or sense, if you have those skills.
And then we roll the percentage die with the D10.
Yeah, 2d10, designate one as 100. Yeah, one is tens and the other is ones.
Okay, I gotta find this damn 10.
You could also use Google if you have it open on your desktop.
I think I got it. Nope. I found them. Okay, they're the same damn thing, and I'm looking at them like, what?
Yep. Nope. That's 38. I'm sort of focused in on these control booths, I think.
Okay. How about Sentry? What did you get?
I rolled a 76.
Yeah.
I am clueless.
Right.
He's busy looking at all the shiny buttons in that room. That's what's going on.
From behind you, and off, there's no east-west or north-south on this circular donut-shaped promenade walkway around the space station. There is clockwise and Widdershins. Coming from Widdershins is you hear, "What are you doing out of your cells? Stop right there!" And you turn, and there are two military-looking chaps with in armored suits. They don't have their helmets on. Their helmets are hanging off their backs, but they are carrying stunner pistols, and they're walking toward you briskly.
All of us?
No, the three of Sentry and L.O.R.E and Bird, because
Who's Henri?
you,
Oh, I'm Oscar.
Oscar. I thought it was. Oh, is that your middle name? Is L.O.R.E?
No, it's Oscar Pierre Pelletier.
Why am I calling you L.O.R.E?
You can call me Henri.
I wondered.
I mean,
Alright.
I am pretty Henri.
Nice. So yeah, wow. My brain just locked in on that, and that was dumb. Yeah. So Merlin is in the room with the AI techs. Oscar and Sentry and Bird are being accosted by the security personnel.
Shit. So, well, you guys got this, right? And I step behind Bird and just hide. But I do like a kung fu thing. Like I'm crouching real low. Like, oh, you got this big guy, yes?
Your fighting
Nice.
game pose loot.
Yeah.
Nice.
Uh,
At this point, though, when you start to do that, that becomes initiative.
Oh boy.
Now, initiative is really easy in basic role playing. You don't roll a thing.
Goes
go
off
in
your
dex.
dex, right?
Go in dex order. So I will just count down, and we'll go from there.
I guess I'm last.
Turns out the 6'8" man is not so sprightly.
Nice. Okay.
Left foot in front of the
so,
right, okay?
Could we have anybody got an 18? 17. 16. 15. 14.
I do.
Who?
James.
I got a 15.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah, they're walking toward you. And you have just watched Oscar duck behind Bird.
And they're not wearing helmets.
No, but their helmets are strapped to their armor on their backs.
Okay. They're wearing armor. Well,
Oh, they've also got Gauss rifles strapped across their backs, but they're holding stunner pistols in their hands.
okay. Okay. I'm going to make a mad dash straight at them. And at the last moment, slide under and through their legs.
Okay.
Let's hear it for luck.
Okay. That's gonna be right. So let's try. Go ahead and give us a dodge roll to see what you do there. See how you execute your slide past them.
All right. 3.
Fuck.
Like 0-3?
Like 0-3.
That's actually really, really good.
Yeah.
97, not so good.
Yeah,
0-3.
not so good.
That is a special success. Even if you didn't do anything with your dodge, but do your dex times 2.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, Bird and Oscar, you see this rather strange, golden-eyed, seven-fingered. How many is it? 7?
7, yeah.
Yeah, seven-fingered dude. Just kind of shrug, and fill up the bucket and just pelt straight at the cops. And the cops can just kind of go, ha! And both of them fire their stunner pistols. The shots go randomly wild. And they think they're going to crash right into them. So they start trying to dodge out of the way. And he skids past them down the squeaky steel floor until you're a good 10 meters beyond them, Sentry.
Later, Jagos!
There it was.
Bergen House. Okay. All right. So that was 15. 14 we called. 13, anyone? 12. 10? Oh, that's the bad guys.
I've got a 10.
Okay.
How am I next in line? How?
No idea.
I told you guys, I didn't roll anything above a 10.
Oh no.
Wow. Yeah, so, okay. Go ahead and take your turn, Bird.
All right, I'm gonna sort of heft the woman on my shoulder to the ground as gently as you can toss a body. And
Yeet!
I'm going to come in like 2 steps behind Sentry, and as these 2 guards sort of turn to follow the in my head you're like an elf, like just this tall, lithe, way too quick dude sliding between their legs. I'm just gonna come up behind, and as they turn and probably turn back, I'm just gonna lay one of them down straight across the face. And is that brawl or?
Yeah, brawl.
Okay.
If you have brawl, use brawl.
Yep. All right. I need.
Otherwise,
to
it's a martial arts.
Yeah, I definitely have brawl. All right. Okay. All right. That's an 18. And mine is 55.
Oh yeah, that's definitely
So-
a success.
Yeah. Not. I don't think that's a critical success.
No, it
because
is
it's
not.
what? Yeah, 20%.
Yes.
Yep. All right. Yep. That's not a critical success. All right. So that's 1d3 plus my damage bonus. So that's 3, which is 1, plus my damage bonus, which is a d6, which is 6. So 7 damage.
Yeah, you lay him out.
All right. And I'm guessing I only get the 1.
That is correct. Yes.
Okay. So yeah. Would I have time to reach down and grab the stun pistol that's now clattered across the floor?
You do not, but you can do it next. You're on your next turn.
Gotcha.
So that was 10. The trooper that's left.
Trooper that's left has a lower than that, and I'm still sitting here going.
With those, they were also on a 10.
Yeah.
So. Doodly-doodly-doo. Right. Trooper that's left points that stunner pistol at Bird. Oh, this is gonna suck because yeah, that ain't happening. The beanbag spits out of the stunner pistol and narrowly misses your shoulder, Bird.
Gotcha.
And then he turns to run, which means you can take a shot. You can take a swing at him if you like.
Absolutely. $23.
Yeah, that's gonna tag him. You gonna try and grab him, or are you just gonna try and like punch him or kick him or something?
Can I go for like a hook, like chokehold?
Sure. Try your grapple.
Right.
In that case.
Yep.
Just the one arm throw.
Yeah, that's
No
good.
gi-
We'll say you use grapple and not brawl.
Okay.
That roll.
Gotcha. Well, that would have succeeded then. So yeah,
Okay.
I just sort of hook him.
All right. Yeah. You hook him around his neck and pull him up off the ground, and he starts squirming. Let me go! Let me go! And that takes us to Oscar.
Yes. Okay. So, there's nobody really.
No,
What
not
is
really.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna walk up, and in my in my head, the fight's still going on, and it's not going good for Bird. In my head, I'm painting a scene for myself, and this guy is Bird's in trouble. So I don't know the guy, but I run over and I kind of like, I'm in my head, I'm like doing this awesome like marching kung fu pose, and I walk up and I just start gut punching the guy that he's got a headlock in, like punching back like, but
Okay.
in my head like it's amazing, but in reality I just walk up and I'm like, ah!
Nice.
That's all
Yeah.
I got.
Okay.
Cause low decks.
Right. So that's what were you on, a 9?
Yeah.
Okay. 8.
What?
So I'm still I don't know.
Oh,
where,
9. My dex is 9.
Yeah, I'm going down the list, trying to get to the end of the list here, and Merlin hasn't gone yet, because the techs in the room are on 8. And it's weird, Merlin, because you've never seen any effect like this before. But as one of them gets up and like points toward the door behind you, saying you have to get out, the other one, the eyes flare with this greenish light, and she turns her head, and you can see a cable coming out of the side of her head into the console. So cables begin to lash out from the walls at you. I am going to need to make a check. You can make a dodge check to try and avoid this, if I happen to land a hit.
What's your dex, Kevin?
My dex is 10.
So how
Oh,
did you not go before me then?
Yeah,
Well, they
you should
did-
have gone along with me.
They weren't making any sort of threat, but if you want to retcon out of this, I mean, if you want to try and do something on 10, go ahead.
Well, having horribly failed that fast talk there, my next goal is to probably try to just get out of this room, because this is a lot of technology that I'm just not recognizing. Can I try to find the closest, biggest movable object next to me and sort
Yes.
of just try to throw this and block them and just head out of that room?
Oh yeah, there's a wheelie chair. One of those wheelie office type chairs. It's beat to piss, covered in duct tape.
Can I grab the wheelie chair and try to hurl it at the person
sure.
pointing out?
Yeah. Absolutely. You want to you want to actually pick it up and throw it?
More like roll it across the ground as fast as I
Okay.
can.
Yeah. All right. You zip it across at the guy, and yeah, he just kind of yeah, and stay out.
And I immediately go heading out of the room, thinking I am in some sort of danger because I sort of blew a cover there. My next goal is to run and find a big and tiny man. Because I'm going to.
Big and tiny man
Yes.
are less than 10 meters from you. In fact, you come out of that room just in time to watch Big Man cold cock one of the guards, knock him dope just off his feet. And then when the other one turns to run, reach out his other great big meat hook around the neck and pick him up off the ground.
Fantastic.
Then little man comes out and just starts going at the guard that Bird is holding off the ground.
Okay. I immediately approach the big man. And I immediately introduce myself. Hello there, I am Merlin. I want to know if you need help with technology. I think there's a way, if we can get to one of the control rooms, that I can change this system for you.
I sort of look down at him while there's a struggling man in my arm, and I'm just sort of like, yes, in a minute.
Do you need help there?
Not really, just need time.
I start patting down Merlin. I'm like, do you have the keys, or is the Pop Tarts, or is the sodas, or do you have anything? I'm really thirsty.
I immediately look at this tiny man that's patting me down, and I'm like, what are you? What are you doing? I attempt to smack him away.
I'm assuming you dodge.
Yeah,
Oscar.
I will try. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you
I'll dodge.
yeah, you
Yeah, sidestep.
sidestep it. Yeah.
Ah! Stop it! What are you doing? Why would you hit the most famous actor in the entire galaxy? I am trying to get a nibble and a little bit of dribble. I am thirsty and hungry. We are trying to get out of here, no?
But most famous actor. I'm sorry. Who are you?
Ugh, must I introduce myself to everybody? I am Oscar Pierre Pelletier, as your service. The galaxy's most famous actor.
In the background, I'm just shouting, gotta finish this up first.
The guard that you're holding up in the air says, "You know what? You put me down. I'll walk. I'll run. You'll have no problem with me. Just
Drop the weapons, and we're good.
whoa, it's my ass. Can
I'm not even gonna take them. I just don't want you to have them.
okay. Oh, no, man. All right, look. Can you just hit me a little? I'll put him down. And hit me hard enough to give me an excuse.
Not a problem.
Otherwise, my boss will have my ass.
I'm dropping.
Thump. And he's like, there's the rifle, ammo belt, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Just
Sorry about that.
This is my good side. That side.
Half
Plop.
power. Yeah.
He just goes. He
Yeah.
makes it and goes over. And as he lands on the deck, he looks up at Oscar and goes,
I'm gonna keep the stun pistol that I had picked up the other dudes, but
Yeah.
I'm not going for the rifles.
"All right,
I don't want to bother with that. But I'm gonna turn to the gentleman who has just approached me about tech, and I'm just like, if I can get you to one of those security consoles, can you do something about this? Get us through to that cargo bay. We need something that leaves this ship, because I know what these lights mean, and it means we're fucked.
If you can get me there, I can give it a try. But does that thing have to come with us? As I point to Oscar.
wow,
Any
inter-party strife right off the bat. We've been doing this for what, less than an hour?
anyone who can come better.
Okay, I disgruntledly agree. Also, I'm not convinced that the guard looks like he's been hurt enough. Is there any way I can... Is there any way I can grab the rifle and maybe shoot his foot?
No. The punch was enough, honest to God.
I don't know. I'm not convinced. I want to help this guy look like he was in a great struggle.
Okay.
Hey.
There's-
I'm just like cautioning him away and be like, hey, there's no need for that. Come on now.
Yeah,
We're just getting ourselves out of this.
there's a rifle and a belt that's got ammo for both the rifle and the stunner pistol. So yeah,
Nice.
if you want to shoot his foot, you can
Can I-
try and shoot his foot. He's just kind of very very slowly and quietly moving his foot in
Can
a little like.
Can I try to snatch it away from him?
If you insist.
I was gonna say,
What? Snatch the rifle away from
Merlin?
Merlin?
yeah, from Merlin.
Well, Merlin, are you actually planning to shoot this guy? Like, or are you being talked out of it? You're gonna let yourself be talked out of it.
I was gonna say, I'll try to talk you down.
Merlin's kind of dead set on grabbing that rifle.
Okay.
Well, grabbing the rifle, yeah, but actually using it with the intent to. I don't think Bird is worried about you grabbing it. He's worried about you actually shooting the guard.
Yeah, that's the bigger problem.
I grab it.
I said I wouldn't take it. I didn't say I'd stop anyone else.
I grab it, and I consider, but I also kind of look at the bigger man and decide two things. One, I probably don't want to piss him off, and I really need his help to get to that room. Two, firing a rifle might cause too much commotion. So he does talk me out of it.
Okay.
So the big mouth man carries a big stick and does nothing with it now? Yes, I see exactly what type of person you are. So where is this other tall, handsome hero of mine? The one that slid through and made his way away? I'm referring
watching
to
all
Sentry.
Sentry, you watched all this go down.
Is you there? Bonjour! And I start snapping my fingers like, come here, come here.
I'm already heading towards these security consoles.
What are you up to, Sentry?
Sentry is simply watching this go down.
Okay.
Sort of like this, doing this whole like, wow, the Yins are crazy. Yeah, Yins are nuts. I don't know if I'm one of the Yins. I think I'm just gonna hang back here and like, let the trouble magnets come, let the trouble go to the magnets there. I'll just stand back here and watch.
I feel like we have a tall, skinny Peter Griffin on the team now with Sentry.
The thing is though, Sentry is not even that tall. He's only like 5'8".
Oh, okay. Well, still super tall to me.
Taller than the rest.
But he's just sort of like, he's kind of doing this thing with the rest of these guys. He's kind of like, oh, hey, big dude laid people out. That's okay. Let's stay behind him.
Yeah,
that other one though, he's a little weird.
I'll tough.
And then there's and then there's that one with all the weird clothes on. He's just like.
I'll fluff my mullet and twist my mustache up and tough guy walk up to Sentry, and in my best Arnold Schwarzenegger voice, because I studied film, and I walk up to him and I say, "If you want to leave, come with me," and I grab him by the jacket and like motion to go this way with the rest of the rapscallion shenanigans, hooligans, and I just turn and I walk away. Exit stage left.
Stage clockwise, I think you'll find.
Exit stage directly in the middle of the camera.
Stage left would be exit stage Withershins.
Exactly. See how it works?
Exit stage trapdoor.
Yeah, they're straight down to the engineering cabin.
Sentry's gonna keep. I'll follow them at a distance. Sentry's gonna follow them at a distance the whole time, just doing this whole like, I don't know what I'm getting myself into.
All right, so Oscar looks like a dachshund whose leash has been tied to the front bumper of a car, and he's got a fistful of Sentry's jacket, and he's very determinedly trying to walk back toward you, Bird, but he can only go so fast because Sentry's
bigger
and heavier. Now, Bird and Merlin, the control center that's on this walkway. How do you want to approach this, where the control panels are?
All right. Lights are still like in super emergency mode, right?
They
Bright-
the
bright
red
red.
lights the red lights are still on. Other lights are flickering, so like they'll come on for a few seconds, go off again, and they're very patchy. Like some of these will go on over there, this one will go on over there, and then they'll blink out, and yeah, it's all random.
Gotcha.
But the
and-
lights inside the control room are on 100%. They might
Gotcha.
be in some kind of emergency power.
Right. And do we still hear like explosions and things like that going on around the ship?
No explosions, but alarm klaxons.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
No sound effects. Sorry.
Somebody kills that cat.
Meh, meh. All right. Yeah, I'm going.
Emergency. There's an emergency going on. Still going on.
I love it. I want to talk to that AI.
You said there is security in these stations.
Yeah, there are two that you can see, and one of them is deserted, and the other has a single man dressed in security coveralls. Basically, It looks like what the guards that you punched out were wearing, but without the armor plates.
Gotcha. I'm gonna head towards the one that's unoccupied.
Okay. There is a maglock door, and there is a keypad and magnetic swipey thing next to it.
I'm gonna try the key card I swiped.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Damn it.
Couple of red lights. Meep, meep, meep.
Can one of you work on this? I'm gonna go try something probably that I should have done in the first place.
Oh, are you going to change out of that horrible outfit? Is that what you're going to do for a change this time? I mean,
I look
hello,
slightly hurt.
you look like a walking traffic cone. I'm pretty sure any bad guy can see you. Bad guy. Huh. That reminds me of a movie that I used to be in. Anyways, we need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, working on it.
Get on the chopper.
All right.
I don't know where my voice is going anymore.
Yeah. I flip it around and I hand the stun pistol to Sentry. I'm just like, somebody try to keep things together up here, and I hand over the pistol to whoever will grab it.
I'll grab it.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I reluctantly allow him to take it.
It's on my player sheet.
And I go and I zip back down, and I'm gonna go and try the security card on the cargo bay doors.
You can't get to the cargo bay doors yet.
Oh, like there's no panel or anything at the blast doors?
No, well, no, they're on the other side of the chasm from you.
Oh, sorry.
You have to get
I
across the
misunderstood.
bridges that have the grates
Gotcha.
down across them.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha. Sorry, I misunderstood that part.
Okay, go back.
Never
problem.
mind then. Take back. That's my pistol.
Okay.
Go
So yeah,
backsies, man.
Yeah, I was about to say it. Indie and
strike
give
that. Reverse it.
American giver.
Wow.
All right. So yeah. Yeah. I just point, asking anybody if they know what the fuck to do with this thing, because I'm not much of a.
Merlin, it looks pretty straightforward to you. This is a hack. This is a hack you were doing on ATMs when you were like 8.
Okay, so I do see that there is some room for outside manipulation on this panel.
Yeah. It's a kind of PIN card thing. Put in your PIN code at an ATM, that's got a magnetic strip. It's like a standard security door thing that is fairly straightforward. So you can make an easy technology check. Whatever it is that a technical skill, I think it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go pester Merlin while he's doing this. Just doing the like leaning over the shoulder, but I'm technically under his shoulder, and try 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to look for clues about what the code might be, you can
I'm
always
kind of
do that.
analyzing the panel.
Okay.
Is it specifically one that I can punch in a code? Is it something that looks like it could be disassembled or rewired in any way?
Both. Matter of fact, give me a spot check.
That was with the, I do apologize.
That's fine. You got a base of 25% in
Ooh.
spot.
Yep.
Sorry, I had my sheet up here real quick.
No worries. And because it's an easy check, you basically get to double your percentage in it. So if you haven't put anything into it, it would be a 50%.
I haven't put anything into it, no.
So he has to roll. So he has to roll 50 or below.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes,
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Fire that off. Jeopardy theme.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh. I got a 59.
Ooh.
59.
Damn it.
Yeah, you can see that there's some wear. There's like rubbing on the keypad, but you can't make out with any confidence what the sequence might be from that. That's one way you know to figure out a numeric key code. But yeah, you can pry it off the wall, no problem, and probably jigger something with using your technical skill percentage.
You know what? I venture for trying to get this thing off the wall.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, you give me your technical skill roll.
And what is the, I apologize, what was the ranges for those again?
Oh, your technical skill, you were talking about putting a crap ton of points in that for this kind of thing.
Correct.
And I don't know what you put in it.
I threw 75 in there.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, so just make that roll.
Lower than
roll.
some.
Roll a 75 or below.
We shall see.
And didn't you say this was easy, so it's doubled?
Yeah.
So he has to
essentially,
roll under 150.
if you roll a 99 or a 100, let me know, or a 98 through 100, let me know.
46.
Yeah, you fiddle with it for a couple of minutes, jab some buttons, lick your fingers, fiddle with the wires in the back, and it just goes, and the door goes.
Okay. So as we go in here, I immediately try to take notice to any technology or anything on the walls that leads to like sort of a pattern. Are the lights still kind of flashing in here? Is anything sticking out to me?
Oh, everything in here is brightly lit and working perfectly. But like the corridor lighting and the hatchways that are along the different radial circuit corridors are not working properly at all. There's something going on here, and you do see a red malfunction alert on one of the display panels.
Okay.
Corresponds to internal power controls.
Okay. I would walk up to that specific control panel and see what is causing it to glare to red light. Also, at the same time, if Merlin is following me, I will strongly encourage him to not touch anything in this room.
You're Merlin.
I mean, Oscar.
Okay. Very well. then we shall see if Oscar listens to you or not. At any rate, yeah, in the red flashy light, there's like a map of this sector of the space station, and you can see there is one compartment that is showing an atmospheric decompression fault.
Oh.
But no other compartments are showing that, and that's where the power system fault is.
Is that like an actual kind of map, sort of grid layout of the ship itself, in a sense?
Of the station, yeah. You can
Okay.
scroll through the different screens and get a complete layout.
Okay. My next move would actually be to try to figure out where that is in correlation to where we currently are, and try to actually make my way there.
Okay. It is 5 decks below and about half Wittershins around on the donut.
Hmm.
So it'll take you quite a while to get there.
Hmm.
And chances are, by this point, this being a space station at all, that there are damage and salvage teams headed there to seal off the hull breach.
What was it that you said to Oscar, or that you suggested to him while he was in there with you?
Oh, to please not touch anything in the room.
Oh, yeah. I would be smashing buttons. Everywhere. Just...
Shiny red candy buttons.
So we have to get out of here. We have to get out of here. We have to get out of here. I'm just singing.
I'm just going to sort of like take both his arms in my hand.
Too late, Oscar.
And-
Make a luck roll.
Okay. Where is
Luck roll is under your characteristics, opposite
Oh.
POW.
Right, of course. Huh.
I'm picturing him like that annoying kid in the elevator, just like rolling on every button.
It was a success. Mine's 60, and I rolled a 34.
Right. Oscar, it just comes and says, on all the buttons. And the screen that you're looking at, Merlin, starts to flash red things in other sectors of the station. But then he hits one, and the grates that block off the bridge walkways up into the ceiling.
And I'm just going to motion, okay, stop. You got it.
Of course I got it. And I start walking towards the new open door.
Right. You know what this needs?
Oh shit! Yeah, right.
Oh, this
need
this
a
party is
long-
a good party.
Long
So-
skinny cigarettes, yeah.
Right. So yeah, you yep, the walkways are clear. You headed toward that cargo bay?
That's
Or
where I'm
what?
heading. I'm on my way there.
I shake my head at Oscar's ridiculous luck and reluctantly follow along.
How about Oscar and Sentry?
I will follow curiously with the big guy, Bird, and I don't know his name yet. I don't think we've introduced each other yet, so yeah, I'll follow.
I don't think anyone knows each other's names.
Nope.
Number 1.
Oh
number
wait, no,
2.
I did say mine
Wait,
to Merlin. I did say mine because I was like, Pelletier.
I did say mine when I approached the bigger guy initially when I
Yes.
ran out of that room.
Yep,
Okay.
yep. So I
So-
know
Are we
I know
running
Merlin.
or are we walking?
kind of know Oscar.
Yeah, I mean, you guys were all processed in to the cells at the same time, but they didn't. It wasn't like they fed you collectively. You got your meals through a replicator panel in the cell,
Yeah.
so and you couldn't really communicate.
Yep. Are we running or walking? Colby.
I'm not like sprinting, but I've got a hefty jog.
You're doing the left foot shuffle, just kind of speed walking, but like not trying to get whistled by the lifeguard. I'm still walking. It's just
Nice. No running.
yeah,
More of a jog. I'm jogging.
a brisk jog. Okay.
Yeah.
So that means I'm at full
thump,
sprint
thump.
then, to keep up with you.
Nice.
Okay.
How about you, Sentry?
Just following along behind them, not really hurrying, just walking like I belong here.
Sauntering vaguely that away. Okay.
Walking, hands behind the back, whistling.
Man, the only thing you need is a clipboard. Because, as long as you have a clipboard, you can go anywhere.
Exactly. Clipboard and one of those badges on one of those little zip tie things.
Yeah, those little lanyard things. Yeah. Doesn't even have to have your picture. It could be like an elderly Latino lady. Yeah.
Doesn't even have to be for the place you're in. Just as long as you have one.
Security guy looks at it. Buchanan Elementary School? The hell? All right, you cross over the engineering chasm, and there's actually wind in here. It's like this station is so large, and these engineering spaces are so big they create their own weather. And you cross over the bridge, and you get about halfway across, and a Balrog comes up. No, different game. Sorry. Drums in the deep. Yeah, and there's another walkway on the other side of the chasm. The cargo bay doors are still open. There are smaller man-sized hatchways on either side of the cargo bay doors. And inside the cargo bay is a smallish, but still fully capable cargo ship, along with some small single-person shuttles.
Cole, Bird, you're in the lead.
Yeah.
With some shuttles.
How many? I was gonna say, how many shuttles are there?
There are 3 of the smaller craft, and the closer you get to them, they're not shuttles. They're not shuttles. Generally have energy weapons on the wing stub tips.
It's tempting.
There's also a big ass honking cannon on the cargo ship. Nothing in this sector goes unarmed.
It's fair.
Big guy, what is the plan? Come on, tell me now, so I can take credit for it later. I stumbled on my words, but I said, so I can take credit for it later.
As far as I see it, we can either each take one of the small ships, although we're a little light on those, or we can pile into the big guy and get our asses out of here and figure the rest out later.
Who's behind? I look behind to see who's like next in line.
Merlin.
Merlin?
Yep.
Okay. Say, big mouth with small stick, is you coming with us? Cause I'm going to the big guy.
I reluctantly tag along. The ship that we're looking at, that the big guy's referring to.
Correct.
Is it sort of like, do we know if it's a multi-passenger ship? Does it?
Yes.
What?
It generally it can run with a crew of 2 fairly easily. A mechanic and a pilot can keep one of these things limping along pretty much indefinitely. But it generally has quarters to carry a few passengers, 4 to 6 passengers maybe, along with small amounts of generally valuable cargo, because it can't carry a lot. Like, you're not carrying a herd of cows in this thing. But you can put some like asteroid nickel ore in it and make a pretty penny on it.
Can we fit one of these ships in there? The smaller ones. Damn.
Unfortunately, the cargo bay doors are not large enough to fit one of the, I almost said Vipers. No.
Pretty close.
You can't fit a Viper in one of those things that Boomer flies.
Oh,
Gotcha.
I inquire if anyone here knows how to fly a ship. Like, actually fly a ship.
do you say that's in character?
Yeah, he did.
I know that people can fly ships. That's about it.
To be
People-
very clear, because ladies and gentlemen out there in the world, we're kind of building this world as we go along. Because it's one of the things I like as a game master is letting the players have input in it. I am going to make one world building decision right now, however, and that is anyone can limp a ship along. It's fairly straightforward. It's not quite as easy as driving a car, but everything is so computerized and automated that you could fly it. Taking off and landing would be challenging for anyone who isn't trained at it, but you could try, certainly. But a good pilot is like a good driver in a car. Worth their weight in gold.
Okay. So it's like, yeah. So even though I only have base pilot, like I could fly a ship and, go from one place to another, but anything more complex than that, I'm probably gonna eat shit.
Yeah, like if you want to dock this ship with another spaceship, and make sure the two airlocks made up just so, that's probably beyond your skills.
Yeah, so I would have to just be like, okay, tractor beams take over. I'm out.
Yeah, and hope that they all operate. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to dock. Okay, it might get a little rough. How rough? Oh god, we're all going to die.
Yeah, that. Yeah, like Mal could basically fly Serenity, but Wash was just so much better at it. You know what I'm saying? So your question was, can anyone fly this thing? Somebody did ask this question?
Yes. I look around at those of us that are in the room and I immediately inquire, okay, does anyone here know how to fly this thing?
I can shoot the guns on it. That's my specialty.
As a Sentry walks over to the ship, takes a look at it and goes, "Oh yeah, it's got engines on it. I can fly it, yeah. If you want to call it that, yeah, sure, yeah."
Everyone make spot checks or sense checks.
Why do you think I was here to begin with? It wasn't like that pleasure yacht was mine.
All right. Under perception. Spot. Damn.
Nice.
I cannot get under my spot. 45. So,
Oscar,
Still clueless.
you hear boots, many boots, pounding down the corridor outside. And then you hear, the cells are open. They've got to be around here somewhere. There they are. Get them. And you hear from the on the other side of the engineering chasm, you can see guys starting to run across those bridges. They can hear the whip, 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 and ping, 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 ping. Sparks are pinging off the cargo ship's access ramp.
Is there a control for those gates on this side?
There is not.
Oh, okay, darn. There goes that idea. Never mind. Well, you know, if you all want to get out of here now, you know, this would be a good time to do it. We're now board. You know, we're boarding all passengers at this time. Get on board, strap in, and shut up. And Sentry just runs in.
All right. In the the passageway inside the ship to the cockpit is quite short. There are some hatches that lead off to either side, presumably to provide access to the other areas of the small ship. You see a brass plaque, Sentry, on your way in, and it says the MS Charlie Horse, and with the date, the keel that she was built in the Ganymede shipyards, which is about 35 standard years ago. So she's been around the block a few times. And cockpit's right up there. There's a nice comfy crash couch for the pilot, and two other chairs with seat belts in the general cockpit area.
Cool. First thing I'm doing, I'm renaming this ship. It's going to be called the MS Betis.
Nice.
Menace. Oh, Mr. Wilson.
So I take it the rest of you are following.
Oh yeah, I'm
getting out of the line of fire from all these fuckers.
All right. The control for the staircase ramp is just inside that door.
Somebody hit that button on the way in, please.
I hit the button.
Ramp goes shkadunk. And yeah, Sentry, there's that nice big fat beautiful crash couch there. All the controls, all the big shiny buttons you'd ever want to need.
Nice. I crack all 14 knuckles.
Nice. And right, yeah, you fire it up, straightforward. These things, they're the most common ship in the galaxy. Somebody roll 1d6 plus 3.
Who wants to do it? Looks like
Sentry,
Kevin.
you haven't made a check. Yes, you have made a check. Kevin will do it.
Okay. You said 1d6 plus 3?
Yeah.
That's
All right.
fine.
Now just roll the 1d6 and then add 3 to the result.
Okay. 5.
That's how much fuel you've got.
Oh boy.
Yep, there is a weapons panel there that you can see, Bird, for the pulse oxidizer cannon that is in line. Everything's loaded up. You're pretty. The manifest that you punch up, Sentry, shows that there are some crates of asteroid nickel and some other stuff on the manifest that I forgot to fill out. I'm prepared.
There is stuff.
There's stuff that you can check out later.
There we go.
Yeah, we're a little
Now, if they
busy
happen
right
to be
now.
Eggs, these weird-looking eggs, just don't.
No, and that reddish, rusty-colored powder that smells like cinnamon, leave that alone.
Don't. Yeah, don't. Unless you're ready to ride a big old worm.
So yeah,
All right.
you hear some
Sentry-
pounding on the hull.
Sentry's gonna strap in and start firing up get the engines fired up and start getting us ready to pull out of this thing.
Yeah, flick, pulling levers. There's buttons. There's stuff like that. Make for me a pilot check, please.
Did we ever get the doors open so we can leave?
There is no door. There is a force field, but you've seen people coming and going. It's that sort of force field that you can actually pass through.
Just doesn't let space in.
Yeah. Unless you know they can harden it up in
Okay,
an emergency. Maybe.
maybe we'll find out. If we go thunk, we know.
What'd you get, Sentry?
Oh, 16.
Oh yeah. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. You've got this thing dead to rights. So you don't even grind the clutch. It just
I might do it just because, you know.
Yeah. Just to get that.
something wrong with the gearbox. Yeah. So the engines fire up. The willing engines responding with a roar, and you head out through that force field into the blackness of deep space.
Woo!
Does Merlin notice any workstations or computers of the sort on the ship?
Oh yeah. There's in the cockpit area, the station that you sat down. There's the pilot's chair. There's the engineering / nerd chair, which is where you are, Merlin, and then there's the gunnery / mining ops chair, which is where Bird is sat, and I euphemistically referred to it as a cannon, but really what it is just a very, very powerful mining drill. And it uses a pulse of high energy beams to basically blow asteroids apart. So, but what it'll do to an asteroid that's made of nickel ore, it will also do to a ship. And yeah, Merlin, you were asking about the nerd station where you're seated. There are
Yes.
You can get on a high-speed link using the ship's onboard machinery to get a data stream, civilian data stream, whatever, there's the logs, the manifests, navigation information, all that sort of thing.
Good. Okay.
There's
Is there any
navigation? There's also a navigation panel at the pilot's station.
in that workstation? Is there access to like a database? Like, can I pull information on the crew?
Sure. Give me your technical skill, your hacking, whatever skill we chose for your. I want to hack into I want to hack the interwebs skill that we decided.
That is set at 50.
All right, give it a shot.
All right.
And also, guys, don't forget to be marking in those little boxes next to skills that you've successfully used. Because at the end of the session, you'll be able to try to improve those skills.
So,
Ooh, I actually get a 54.
Oh, so close. So close that we're going to say fail forward. Who are you looking for information on first?
I was mainly looking for information on the bigger guy. He's one that I've kind of picked out as someone that, I definitely want to keep on the crew. Definitely someone I want to know a little bit more on the backstory. Like, he intrigues me. Like, what did he do? What's brought him here? I'm really curious on a lot of the why is he with us.
You find you manage, because you're still close enough to the station, you can establish a wireless link to the station's database, and you pull up the information on him.
Is it called a Y sci-fi? Bye.
Thanks, folks. I'll be here all week. Now, you get all the information you want on Bird and then some. However, out of the corner of your eye, in one of the other windows in the upper right-hand corner of your screen, you see that station security has planted a tracking code in your database, in your ship's database, that is going to make it easier to find you. It is at this point also that you notice barreling out of the cargo bay that you just came out of, two of those small little fighter whatsits.
Ah, damn it. I was going to say before we left, I was going to shoot those before we left the cargo bay, before anyone was in them.
Good thinking, but too little, too late.
Would I be able to have gotten one shot off on our way out?
I'm gonna say no, because I'll say yeah, but at half, we'll call it difficult, because it takes time to power the weapon up.
Okay. So like we'd be like coming out the bay, and I'd have to sort of rush it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that means whatever your heavy weapon skill is divided by 2 rounds.
I was gonna say, would it be heavy weapons or there was another one. Never mind. If you say it's heavy weapons, it's heavy weapons. All right.
Given that it is a mining tool as much as it is a cannon, if you had some sort of engineering or construction or whatever it was that we talked about for that side of your character, like technical skill or something.
Yeah, I've got heavy weapons.
All right.
All right.
This is all to say, guys, I'm open to you making a case if you want to use, demolition in lieu of some other skill, and you can make a case for it.
Right.
Make your case.
Okay.
I have 23. My stat is 47, so that should succeed.
Yep, that succeeds.
Right.
You blast the one that didn't take off to follow you is destroyed. So you've got 2 after you, but there won't be a third.
Gotcha.
And that, once I answer Merlin's question, is where we'll draw a line under it for this week.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Real quick, is there a way, because I did notice in that workstation that they do have sort of a tracking on us.
Yeah.
Is that something that I'm still relatively close enough that I can maybe try to scramble? Or is that kind of
you can try.
Okay. I tried to scramble that.
Yeah, go ahead. Make your technical skill check. And roll good this time.
35.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you managed to get the tracker off, you think, of your database. And with that, that is my allotted time for this week. So for next time, you can decide, A, what you're going to do about the fighters that are following you, B, figure out where you're going to go, and then plan C from there. I will provide you with information during the week that I didn't get time to gin up before we went live today.
Yeah, sure.
Some more world building basics about the galaxy that you're in, the solar system you're in, so that you can pick some place to go that'll make sense. And you'll have much more information to make informed decisions.
Cool beans.
In the meantime, questions, comments, concerns?
Not at the moment. I think we're in a pretty good place. You said about at the end of the session rolling to see if anything.
Yes, if you used a skill successfully, you should have marked a little tick next to that skill on your character sheet.
I did.
Yep.
Sense.
If you use that skill successfully, you can now roll against that skill, but now rather than rolling low, you want to roll high. So if your skill is 50, you want to roll a 51 or better.
Oh, so if it's 10 or better.
11 or better.
Good odds.
And if you do that, you can then roll 1d6 and add the result to that skill. That's how you level up in basic role playing.
Okay. All right. So that's an 8.
It's a thing.
Yep. All right.
And that's the thing. The higher you get, the higher that skill number gets, the less likely it is for you to actually be able to improve it.
Yep.
Which kind of simulates getting
leveling up.
Getting so
levels,
good at something that you can't hardly get any better at it.
Yep. You just gotta keep practicing.
Yep.
Amateurs practice until they get it right. Masters practice until they don't get it wrong.
Yeah. That's it.
Yep.
Cool.
Well, if you have any questions during the course, of course, you can always hit me up in Discord.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you, Bob, Mr. RP Davis, for GMing the
I
intro.
forgot to ask the most important question. Did everyone have fun?
Oh, of course.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Good times.
How about Yuns over there, Pittsburgh?
Oh yeah, you can guarantee it was a good timer. Yeah. Only thing you would have made it better. Only thing you would have made it better was a Steelers game, a little bit of Orange City and a Permani.
Ah! I haven't had an Orange
Threw
City
the
in I don't know how
Permani in
long.
there. Whee!
I haven't had an
Lord of
Orange
mercy.
City in I don't know how
I
long.
might just have to get some Orange City for the next one.
Oh yeah, you're gonna taunt me with it as I'm 2,000 miles away.
I'll sit here.
Anyhow.
I'll sit here and get myself an Orange City and a Permani.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Well,
Anyhow, Chris,
Give it
over
to
to you.
I was gonna say, if you want, I'll take us out. Thank you everybody for watching, tuning in. 7 viewers, that's awesome. And thank you everybody here for being a part of this project. I love you guys, and be good to yourselves, be good to others, love the world, change
Be
the
on
hate.
the other side of the horizon.
Love you guys.